Greetings. For the second session of Power BI Desktop for Busy Students, we're going to be exploring how we can import data from Excel to use in Power BI. At this process, you should have probably installed Power BI Desktop to your computer. The next step that we have to do is to get data to use in your application. For this example, you can download the data that I have provided. The data that I have provided is an Excel file. If you look at this Excel file, it is a very simple Excel file in which we have a certain student ID. We have the major, the time they spent in the exam, and the marks they had at the end of the exam after grading. Before we're going to get this data into Power BI, Power BI will find the data from any Excel worksheet by looking if there are any grids, rows and columns of data that it can import. In order to make it easier for Excel to know where your data is, one of the things that you can do is you can select the data that you have in Excel, and you can format this data as a table. When you format this data as a table, it is easy for Power BI to find what data you want to import inside. So over here, I have selected the table. I formatted it as a table. It has the header rows. When I press OK, you can give it a name to make it easy for you to remember. What is this data about? So we have named this table exam results. When you're done with it, press save, to save the Excel file. Once we have prepared our Excel file, we can go to Power BI and get the data to use. When we click on Get Data, we can notice you can actually get data from many different sources. The one that we're going to be using for a workshop would be Excel Workbook. Click Connect so that you can connect to the Power BI and find the file that you have. Once you're done, press Open, and you will notice that it will list where are the data inside the Excel file that it could find. So we can notice our Excel file, and you can notice in the data that we have, this is basically the Excel file that we have now open. We can load this one into Power BI, and you will notice it will take some time to load the data inside. If you want to know if the data is actually working correctly or not, you have to wait until the process is complete, and you will notice there are 3 tabs on the left side over here. The first one is for the visualization. You can notice this one over here. This is basically the data that you have in your system. And the last one that we have over here is the model, in case you have more than one table that you want to use. Once this is done, the next episode, we are going to look at how we are going to transform our data and format the data before we use in Power BI. So until next time, thank you for your time and see you in the next episode.